Three, two, one, action. 9 years in Vietnam, that's right, 9 years, and I've barely traveled. I started this channel during COVID and it had a bunch of political stuff on it. And since then, things have changed. I decided I didn't want to pick a niche. So hence the name Attention Deficit, because I have a variety of things that I like to focus on. I'm a bit of a storyteller. I worked in television there in New Zealand, and I made a television show called La Buena Vida. I was a co-producer, a director, an editor, and a presenter, and of course, the main writer of the show, along with my very good friend Frank Sugal, who was co-producer, co-presenter, and also music creator for all the music that we use on the show. But first, let me introduce to you now where I live. Dong Nai, Saigon's big little brother in competition. This is Bien Hoa City in Dong Nai province, and now Dong Nai City. And this is the New Year celebration on the river. It is held every year and it lasts for several weeks. People are bringing their families, they're taking photos, they're just enjoying something beautiful. That's the thing about Vietnam, isn't it? There's always a festival and there's always a reason to celebrate, even if it's just flowers on the riverside. For years, this area was a residential and forgotten area, barely used. But something's happening here now, and this is just the beginning. I'm not really a travel vlogger because I don't travel that much, not as much as I used to. I don't really do the top 10 things to do and not to do for the algorithm. I really just want to show things that I see, things that might be beautiful, things that might be strange. It's just a part of who I am and what I want to achieve from this channel. I've got a lot of YouTube channels and I've got a lot of videos, but I don't really chase them. But with this channel, I want to be more personal. So I believe that this is really just me wandering through Asia and the problem with my attention span. There are two sides to the Dong Nai River, and this is the opposite side. This is an abandoned quarry, which is now filled to the brim with water. Naturally collected over the years, this quarry has become a home to wildlife and a spot where lovers like to go, spend time and chat. This isn't a tourist destination. This is not on the map. This is one of the hidden gems that you'll find when you ride around solo style on your motorbike. And this is where the story gets interesting. Dong Nai has just become a city. I mean, originally it was a province, okay? And the capital city was Bien Hoa, which is actually where I live in Dong Nai. But now Dong Nai itself has become an actual city. Here you can see the new Riverside Drive. 6 lanes and 2,000 billion Vietnamese dong later. They are planning to build more parks, more walkways, and a place for people to actually enjoy the river. For years, this was either residential or unused land. Now it's this boulevard. But you can't build a road without history. And the history here, well, it got pretty heavy. So join us as we travel through Dong Nai and sometimes get historical. Welcome to the channel, Attention Deficit in Asia. These are just some of the things that we will uncover here on this channel. On this channel, there will be a variety of content. There will be short stories, short documentaries. There will be personal travel vlogs using my cell phone. There will be a variety of content because I have an attention deficit and I want to share that with you. We are at the beginning of a journey of a big little brother of Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, which is trying to flex its muscles and compete and go toe to toe with formerly known Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. This is its journey and I'll take you through it. During the American War, this is what the Vietnamese call it, the American War, not the Vietnam War, Dong Nai was home to one of the largest military bases of the war at that time. It was the biggest air base in the country. On January 31st, 1968, this place was hit hard by rockets. This was one of the home grounds of the Tet Offensive. Some of the heaviest fighting was here, but as you can see from my video, now there are community centers, now there are schools, and now there are people getting on in life. The thing about Vietnam is that history isn't really buried, it's just there. Outside a community center in Bien Hoa, you'll find this: an American jet fighter, a tank, a helicopter, armored transport, and a few guns. They're just sitting there for anyone to see. There's no museum admission. It's just history resting in a park. And if you know what happened here, it will hit you in a different way. But life does go on, and kids do play, and families walk around there, and they do their exercise. And the war machines seem to be in good order and well maintained. We have Exhibit A, the evidence of the airbase that was involved in the very heavy bombing between the South and the North, what they call the American War. They don't call it the Vietnam War. And here we see what they're celebrating, the Lunar New Year. That's what you get when you come to Dong Nai. You will see these handmade decorations made by the community people all over the city during the Lunar New Year, the biggest holiday of the year, the largest migration the country has seen throughout the year. And right in the middle of all this, you have these centers of peace, these Buddhist temples. These are the places that I have found. This city is in a rush to modernize itself, so places like this matter. They're anchors. Buu Long Temple, also known as Chua Buu Long, is a historic 17th century Buddhist temple. It's located on Bin Dien Mountain in the Buu Long ward of Bien Hoa City. It sits about 4 kilometers from central Bien Hoa and is recognized as one of the oldest and largest traditional pagodas in the world. The temple sits nicely overlooking the Riverside, a beautiful location to sit, to pray, and to think about the challenges of life that people are facing, pray to their ancestors, and to clear their brain fog when they need hope. The temple is considered to be a most sacred ancient temple. It's expanded over its 400-year history. Now it's designated as a valued cultural and historical heritage site. It represents the traditional southern Vietnamese architecture and Buddhism. It serves as a major spiritual destination for local Buddhists and travelers seeking their inner tranquility or when they're observing their traditional lunar ceremonies, just like this new Lunar New Year festival. Buddhism has been in Vietnam for nearly 2,000 years. Most people know it came from India and China, and over time, it became deeply woven into the Vietnamese life. It's not just a religion here, it's a way of seeing the world. That contrast is everywhere in Vietnam, but nowhere is it more visible than in Dong Nai, because just a few kilometers from here, there are churches, and not just any churches. Some are architectural imitations of old Gothic Europe. There's even a statue of Mary that's the biggest in Southeast Asia. Now, for context, Dong Nai has over 1.3 million Catholics and over 1 million Buddhists. That's a lot of faith in one province. And for centuries, these two religions had a complicated history. Competition, tension, even conflict. But today, they live side by side. They work together on social welfare, they build roads and schools together. So when I filmed those churches and future episodes, it's not about choosing sides. It's about understanding how all of this, the temples, the churches, the war machines, the new subdivisions exist in one place at the same time. That's what fascinates me about Dong Nai. It's everything, all at once. And right next to this temple is a massive glamping complex. Glamping, glamorous camping, is a new trend that is taking Vietnam by storm. So you can see that they are modernizing and coping with the mix and accepting what Vietnam was meant to be. The stereotype of a struggling post-war Vietnam is long gone. The new Vietnam is merging as one of Asia's major powerhouse, and Dong Nai is a part of that. Here you can see modern houses, clean streets. You can see this is a new Vietnam emerging. It's a strange contrast to war machines, temples, these subdivisions. They're all within technically almost a walking distance. That's Dong Nai. That's where I am. That's Vietnam. A place where everything is happening at the same time. They haven't forgotten the past, but they're not dwelling on it. For all this, we have the ancient and the brand new living side by side. So that's where I'm starting from. Bien Hoa in Dong Nai in Vietnam. It isn't the only place. There are still many things to see. But this channel, Attention Deficit in Asia, is not just about one place. I live in a small rural area. I'm going to do walkabouts. I'm going to visit the wet markets. I'm going to show you the pothole reviews. And there's also the largest statue of Mary in Southeast Asia right down the road. And I'll show you that as well. And also, for those who want to know, I'll also show you how I work with AI, how I also work with editing projects and writing. I do a lot of writing. I just published two more books. And eventually, as we get into it, I'll show you some of the work that I did in New Zealand and in China. Also little bits and bobs around Vietnam and also around the Philippines. For example, I was able to get a time capsule snapshot of the oldest Indian restaurant in Saigon before it became a victim of COVID-19 and closed forever. And the reason I'll do all of this is because this channel is not a travel channel. It is not a tech channel. It is not a food channel. It is my attention deficit channel. Sometimes I will talk about politics. Sometimes I won't even bother with it. This is my newly rebooted channel, Attention Deficit in Asia. I will see you in the next videos. Take it easy.